Hey, everybody. Hey, everyone. How is everybody doing? And welcome to Zenny62. I'm a little late. It's 9:23. And to top it all off, let me make sure that I'm on the right channel. Actually, I am on. Yes, I am. Because, hey, everybody, I was on. Somehow I wound up. I have a number of channels, and I wound up on my other channel of the live stream and didn't even realize it. And I'm used to the numbers slowly ramping up, but they were at zero for a long time. And I thought, okay, I know I'm a zero, but this is ridiculous. And then went on, I thought, okay, yeah, I'm really a zero. And then went on, and then finally G Taylor came in, and I was like, oh, I have one person. And I thought, oh, well, G Taylor is just you and me. But now, by contrast, the who let the dogs out? John Marks is here. Hey, you're talking about, what are you saying? What am I talking about? This is what I'm talking about. See, look at the screen. Who let the dogs out? Oof, oof. And then there's a Falcon fan. How you doing, Falcon fan? 408. Falcon fan, does that mean you're a Falcons fan in the 408? Or are you a Falcon fan in Georgia? Where are you? Just curious. 408 is like San Jose, right? San Jose. Okay. San Jose, the great city of San Jose and the great county of Santa Clara County. I think I got that right. Yeah. John Akala, how you doing? Hey, Falcon, man. What happened to your Falcons, dude? I mean, I think I mentioned that Sunday night, but whoa, maybe I didn't. Man, John, G. Taylor says, good. Mark Davis did not wish you into the cornfield. No. Yeah. Falcons can move the ball with anybody, but they can't seem to stop them. But wow, that Calvin Ridley's a weapon. Look, the Falcons have, get this, Mohamed Sanu, number 12, and the immutable one, the great Julio Jones, number 11, and then number 18, Calvin Ridley. I mean, they got some receiving weapons, man. Wow. Now, but let's talk about what happened. Hey, welcome, everybody. Welcome to Zenny62. Tonight, Monday Night Football. All hail Patrick Mahomes. All hail Lee Steinberg's client. All hail this great young quarterback who's in his second year, who's torching the league, who has his team undefeated. All hail the guy who may very well be the next Super Bowl MVP. You heard it here first. Am I willing to anoint them Super Bowl bound? Yeah. I'm going to say the Super Bowl bound. I'm calling it. Kansas City Chiefs represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Yeah, unless the Patriots have something to say about it. Okay. But John Akala says, what did you think of the NFL's explanation of the first down controversy call? Good question, John. I'm going to get to that in a second. And in fact, let me see if it was in the NFL media box. Falcon fans says, imagine we had everybody healthy. I think it would look like a real threat this year. Yep, I agree with you. Let me see, getting back to John's question, let me go to the NFL, the Trust the NFL website, and see if they put out an official communication. Doesn't look like they did. Let me sign in here, and I'll have an answer to your question. Hold on a second. I gotta do the credential thing. Do the credential thing. Oof. Oh, I can't wait to get my glasses. That squinting you see is because I got some weak contact lenses, man. Happens when you get older. Okay. All right. NFL transactions 1-8. I don't see them. Fall league meeting is in New York. London series. Thursday night capsule. Indianapolis Colts at New England. 7 from Sunday. NFL transactions. Okay. I don't see it among the transactions in here, right? 7 from Sunday, week 4. 3 games. Okay, here's an interesting little tidbit from the NFL, by the way, and then I'll look for, because I think I know what you're talking about in the NFL explanation. And while I'm doing that, in fact, you know what? Hold on a second. I found it before. Raiders. And I'll find it. I don't want Raiders.com. I just want Raiders. Raiders. Bam. News. And let's see. NFL explains how refs. Okay. I got it marked. I'll come back to the NFL explanation, which I think is gobble. I haven't seen it, but I'm like, yeah. Okay. Look. You're saying Zinni, why? Because the Raiders won. I get that, but in my head, it was a stolen victory by a team that played lousy football for the most part, but got better down the stretch, and they gutted out a victory against a team that basically gave them it. It was like, oh, hey, excuse me, would you like served up on a platter of football? Here you are. Oh, would you like served up on a platter of another football? Here you are. You know, that's the turnover thing. Would you like an interception? Here it is. I mean, the Browns had the game. They were kicking the Raiders up and down the field, okay? And rightly so. And this victory masks a great many issues and problems. Do you realize the Raiders are going to open against the Chargers with some of the best defensive edge rushers in the league with 2 rookie offensive tackles? Ooh, so how are they going to play offensively with that situation? They've got to be innovative. All right? They've got to be innovative because last time I looked, Colton Miller was still wondering what the number of the truck was that hit him, 95, named Myles Jarrett. He did, look, the only thing Colton Miller had going for him on Sunday was the fact that he was 6'9". That was it. But he was routinely, he was everything but body slammed. All right. I mean, it's a wonder he's not sore. He's got to be sore. He's got to be. But I digress. All right. Now, says here 3 games. The Houston Texans. This is from the NFL. This is 7 from Sunday, week 4. 3 games. The Houston Texans win at the Indianapolis Colts. The Tennessee Titans win at the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Oakland Raiders win over the Cleveland Browns were decided in overtime this week. At least one game had gone to overtime in each of the first 4 weeks of the 2018 season, joining the 1979, 1983, and 2002 seasons as the only campaigns to feature at least one overtime game in each of the first 4 weeks. All right. So there we go. Now, getting back to your comments. Hey, by the way, hey, Cowboy Wrestler. Hey, John Marks. One love. Hey, Black Lion. Black Lion says confirmed by the NFL today. NFL game over. Well, but look, I'm not surprised because I still contend it was the NFL that called and said, hey, you know, the Raiders are trying to sell PSLs in Las Vegas. Could you do them a favor, do them a solid, and just kind of figure out some little sneaky way to get them the ball back so they can at least try to win this doggone game against the Browns? Click, okay? I firmly believe that. So you think the NFL is going to turn around and basically turn over its own call? No, I don't, okay? Okay. John Mark says, oh, hell no, Zenny. John says, how is that possible? His elbow touched the yellow line. Read the rule. The rule does not say that you're down if your elbow touches, okay? It says that if your hand, right, if you have to touch with your hand like this, okay, or anything, the rule doesn't differentiate between the elbow and the hand. So it could just as easily have been a no call, and really it should have been a no call. And then not only that, what they didn't ask is, all right, what they didn't ask is, hey, how come when his elbow touched, where was the ball? The ball was still right about over the line, all right? It's a heck of a way to win a football game. Now, somebody would say, well, gee, and I get this point of view if it exists, and I think it does. It makes up for Gene Skeletor and the credit card incident. Remember that? Okay. That was bad. I mean, that's when you thought, oh man, league really hates the Raiders. He had this little card, okay? But again, I'm sorry. You look at that play again and again and again, you think first down Browns. That's it. Just because the Raiders got the ball back doesn't mean they were automatically going to score. Noted. Just because the Raiders were in that situation doesn't mean they had the ability and the smarts to take advantage of it. They did. I get it, okay? I get it. I get it. But I cannot escape the feeling that Sunday's game was the Browns to lose, and they did. Cleveland Browns pulled a Browns. It was very Brownsian. All right, it was very Brownsian. And so did the Raiders need the win? Yes, it did. It gave an 0-4 Raiders squad with the way Khalil Mack was balling out in Chicago and basically driving them to almost every victory would have sent a number of people who have money in the Raiders into a tailspin. Just saying, okay? I'm just saying, all right? Cowboy Wrestler says, Muhammad Ahmad, no, they won't. I think Walt Coleman and crew screwed up yesterday. Yeah, it is another Walt Coleman-esque episode. It has a long history in Raider games. Joseph Benjamin, how you doing? Joseph says, that's what I said, laugh out loud. Browns went back to being the Browns. And Black Lion says, we got the ball first in overtime and failed. The Browns could have won the game and they blew it. Black Lion, you're absolutely 1,000,000% right. Joseph Benjamin says, Raiders definitely need to keep throwing Cooks the ball. He's legit. Yeah, he is. John Marks says, no, Browns won, no question. It was, look. I also, hey, look, I have a soft spot for Hugh Jackson. He's a friend, okay? Hugh Jackson is someone that I wanted the Raiders to be the Raiders coach as far back as 2007. And I blogged about it. I wanted him to replace, at least be offensive coordinator and replace Tom Walsh, okay? Didn't happen. I treated him inappropriately, and I thought that since Mr. Davis hired him, what better way, what better scenario would there be than to have Hugh Jackson return to the Coliseum where he last coached before the Browns and win, okay? And basically win one for Mr. Davis, right, in a sense. Because Mark Davis, the son, did not treat him right. He just didn't. Okay, so that's all that is wrapped in my reaction. So that's exactly where it is. Hey, everybody, welcome to Zenny 62. I have to say this, Vegas stronger. Now, where are we in the standings? Oh, wait a minute, before I go to that, I promised I would go back over the refs' argument about this whole doggone thing. And in courtesy of For the Win, which is what I'm reading right now, NFL explains how refs were correct in controversial Browns-Raiders review. I think we went over this last night. We did. We discussed this last night, but it got updated. It says, then the NFL Review Center in New York called, this is via ESPN. From the line feed, you can see the line to gain is just past the 19-yard line. The NFL spokesman said, one replay angle shows Hyde's wrist and the elbow hit the ground simultaneously. Then when you go back to the line feed, you see the wrist hit the ground and you know the elbow's down. At that point, you're able to clearly see the ball is short of the line to gain. See, I don't see that. And neither does For the Win. Okay? I mean, and they've got this great representation. Look at this. Like, we did this last night, but it worked. Look at this, okay? Right here. All right, if you can see that, I'm gonna make sure that the angle is correct here. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. Look at this, all right? You see the arm, and then look at where the ball is. It's still over the line, all right? So, or even this at the line. So I really firmly hold the league had a vested interest in making this win happen. or that was a big deal because, look, the Browns get the first down, it's game over. You know it, and I know it, okay? But that didn't happen, and it started a whole chain of events. Yes, I agree. It didn't mean the Raiders had to perform. Yes, I agree the Raiders did an admirable job of rising to the occasion. My point is that referee calls like this should not determine this, should not be the point of which this alternative universe scenario is constructed, where you say, well, if they gave them the first down, we know it's game over, but they didn't, and so all this other stuff happens. That's I call that the alternative universe scenario. All thanks to a referee. I don't like that. Okay, I just don't. So there you go. All right, now, Silver and Black says, "State of the nation. Check your loyalty at the door, or walk the plank. The Raider arc is setting sail." He says, check your loyalty at the door or walk the plank. Basically what he's doing, and I don't have one because I don't have a sword, he's pointing the sword at my face. He's like, dude, you're not loyal. Well, all right. My argument is this. To which loyalty do I pledge? I pledge the loyalty of the Shield as it classically was. Okay? I do not like me. No, screw all that. That's not it at all. I like the Raiders. I love the Raiders. I just don't like this outcome. Okay? That's it. All right? Okay? Okay? That's it. I mean, all right? That's it. That's it. That's it. All right? You can say, walk the plank. I'm going to say, you know what? Take your plank, man. I got your barbecue back here. Okay? I'm just not, all right? Silver and Black, all right, love you, Silver and Black, okay? I love you, right? But I'm saying, dude, I'm saying, okay? Hey, all right? Muhammad says, what about Lynch call? What a horrible call, forward progress. Yeah. I mean, they were basically trying to give them the game. So the Raiders and how good they really are will be presented to us against the Chargers. We will then see how, now that they got the schneid, now that they're off the schneid, okay, we'll get an idea of what they really look like. Primo says, after the Tuck Rule game and Marshawn dreaded playing the same game, I'm going to take the W. Oh, hey, I'm not going to put it back. Joseph Benjamin said, Hugh Jackson definitely got a raw deal with Oakland. Absolutely. And Joseph Business says Marshawn was running well in the game. I think 20 carries for 130. He was. If the Raiders can keep that up, maybe they can turn the season around. He's the key. And they need to feed him the ball as often as they can. Either both on the ground and through the air. Cowboy Wrestler says, John Mark, sadly, I think the Davis family was the best and worst thing to happen to the Raider franchise after the LA vote. Mark Davis should have just sold the team. And Rave Script says fans shouldn't be loyal. You could be loyal back in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. It's the business nowadays, so fans should treat it as a business and make business decisions about when supporting the team. And, you know, to add on to what Rave Scripts is saying, I agree from the perspective of free agency. You know, in a post-free agency era, it was really easy to just have your team. You know, you didn't have players moving all over the place. Now the players move all over the place, and I'm wondering, you know, we're cheering for the team, right? But then you have players who have played for 4 different teams, and it's a paycheck, right? So you have a lot of journeyman people running around. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have the right to do that, the freedom. I'm simply explaining that there are some players that go where the money is and others that stay. Khalil Mack went where the money is, and I love him for that. I diss the Raiders for not paying him what he's worth when they could have set up a sponsorship deal and given him just that, and they didn't do it. All right? So free agency is as much the team's fault as it is the player's fault in terms of who adheres to a party line of I want all of my players in Oakland from draft or free agency signing to when they leave to retire, right? There you go. All right. Now, so Big Eightful. Big Eightful's not. How you doing, man? What's happening? Big Eightful, how you doing? Big Eightful says the Raiders are a bad team. The Browns got a bad call on a spot. Rave Script says, would you invest money in a bad product out of loyalty? No. So why do that for an NFL team? Silver and Black says mainstream media has been trying to separate the Raiders since Gruden got hired. Cowboy Wrestler says, wait, Dallas Texans fans were loyal in the 1960s. Look what happened. Good point, Cowboy Wrestler. John Mark says, my loyalty to this sorry-ass team is over. John Mark says, I will tone my behavior on Zinni's channel out of respect for Zinni. Thank you. Black Lion says, as long as they are in Oakland, I'm going to stay down with the team in the NFL. John Mark says, however, if you try to insult me, I will ban you. Hey, John, yeah, you had the right to do that. But never mind me. I agree. Mohammed says, I think it's Raiders definitely was set up. Mac, unless Raiders don't get a Mac deal, definitely will suffer. I can't read that one, Mohammed. Primo says, Zin, by the way, thanks for your reviews. Hey, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. John Mark says, why Black Lion Supreme? Asking Black Lion Supreme says, as long as they're in Oakland, I'm going to stay down with the team in the NFL. And then John Akala says, I'll be loyal to the Raiders no matter what. Raiders forever, no matter where they go. My feeling is that, look, the Raiders, by all accounts, are on their way to Las Vegas. The stadium is under construction, is being built. I have always believed the Raiders need and deserve a state-of-the-art first-class stadium. I love Las Vegas. The only thing I hate about this entire situation is the situation. The fact that Oakland was put – the fact that Mark Davis didn't tell Oakland the truth about his intentions and led us down a path that he had no intention of completing. That is the part I don't like. For Vegas people, I've always said, hey, look, add up all of my criticisms regarding the stadium deal. All of my criticisms have to do with points of design of the tax rates, points of design of the financing. And I've said, if you fix my complaints, you make the deal better. And I've said, if we're going to lose to Las Vegas, let us lose to a sound, well-financed deal that produces a state-of-the-art stadium. That's what I have said consistently. I have not joined the bandwagon of hoping the deal falls apart as much as people ask me about it. Okay. Oh, thank you for your investment, Raider 24, and get stock out to you. And I have said as much. I've said, hey, you know what? If you increase the stadium tax rate, guess what? You don't have the bond issue problem I'm yelling about. So everything that I've talked about has been a criticism of the deal. But I love Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas is an indelible part of American culture. When you think of Las Vegas, everybody has something there are guys that live around here in Fayette County who know Las Vegas as well as they know this county, and guys and gals. And when I think of it, I think of Sinatra. I think of the Rat Pack. You get the idea. All right, moving along. We've got, programming notes for tomorrow night, before I get too far into this, at, I believe, 8 o'clock. But Nayeli Maxson, that's right. I'm going to show you my guest. Will be my guest to talk. She is running for Oakland City Council, District District 4, and she is going to come on and she's going to talk about why she's running from the perspective of Oakland sports, okay, and how she would handle certain issues. This is Ms. Maxon right here. That's her website, Naomi Maxon's website. She says, a proven problem solver for Oakland City Council District 4. Okay, all right. Then on Friday, I will have Charlie McKelson. Yeah, Charlie McKelson on, who's running against Naomi. They are 2 of 10 people, all right, running for Oakland City Council District 4 seat, okay? And he will be on Friday nights. Don't normally do a Friday night live stream, right? He'll be on Friday night, same at 8 o'clock, and he is going to come on and just as Naomi talk about why he's running from the perspective of Oakland sports, A's, Raiders, Warriors, stadium issues, the future. This is Charlie's website. That's Charlie, okay? Right, it's right there, okay? That's Charlie McKelson. So quite excited. That's Montclair over there if you've never seen Oakland. Yeah, okay? Quite excited. So really looking forward to tomorrow and Friday. And these aren't the only 2. It'd be great to get the mayor. These aren't the only 2 folks I'm going to have on. So remember, tomorrow night, I want you all to come back with questions from Naomi about everything, about Coliseum City, about you name it, how she would handle different situations, everything. What you think, who's her favorite A's player, that sort of thing, all right? Lay it all out there. And getting back to your comments, all right? Big April says, and by the way, if I didn't tell you before, I'd said before, Monday was my mom's 84th birthday. So, all right. Let's see here. What we got in terms of commentary. And I'm going to stop at 1:10 because we've got to get up early. And it is 10 minutes to 10 minutes to 1 right now. At any rate, Black Lion says it's not over yet. We can still win this and get Davis to sell the team. Primo says Davis would have had Inglewood a while back, but didn't want to share with another team. Bossed up. And John Mark says, I will say this, Raider 24, I respect you, but try to understand where I'm coming from. I invest in this team since 1971. And Silver and Black says it might be shady to some degree. We need a stadium for plus 30 years in Oakland. Well, actually, Silver and Black, we had one. You have to remember something, and not get too carried away about this. Oakland refurbished the Coliseum for the Raiders. Okay, when it did so, the East Side setup was state of the art. The trouble is, the West Side was not. But that's the best that we could do. The original plan would have cost $853 million. You think $220 million and those bonds, basically being picked up by the city and the county was a bad thing? It would have been a lot worse had the Raiders really got what they thought they were what they really wanted at first for the city of Oakland. That's one reason why Al Davis came this close to not doing the deal. The LA Coliseum Commission people had the press conference and the podium set up on the very day that Mr. Davis was supposed to fly back and do his press conference with the Coliseum Board, which is a precursor to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum Authority, Joint Powers Authority. Nope, didn't show up. That's how close we were to losing the Raiders. Okay. And all right, so, but what they got, I thought worked out well. And to me, the original plan should have always been to build the A's a new stadium on the Coliseum grounds with housing and to complete the design of the East Side and make it the whole stadium for the Raiders with enclosures, a lot like what Seattle has with what we used to call Quest Field. I mean, they call it CenturyLink Field, right? Great place to watch football. Great place to watch soccer. Now, but didn't happen. Still could happen, but it didn't happen for somebody. Now, Cowboy Russell says silver and black, yes, but Al also had an ego about the size of Jupiter. That became a real problem when you're trying to get a new stadium. Silver and black says Oakland couldn't get it done and wouldn't. Fact, well, you're wrong. Look, just, pay attention, okay? Let me tell you something. You gotta be honest with people, and you have to wanna let them know that if you turn around and say, I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m., you're there. So if I tell you I'm going to be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I'm not there and I don't tell you why, it's going to make you not trust me because I didn't. And if I do it again and again and again, you're going to start to think that I think you're some kind of fool if you keep showing up. That's the situation the city of Oakland, the county of Alameda were in with the Raiders, not being able to trust the Raiders, having a gigantic claim, potentially, for lack of good faith dealing, an element that is covered in the relocation bylaws in the National Football League. Okay, so it's not like that. You can't say they didn't try. How can you try with someone who doesn't really want to work with you, but they don't tell you? That's worse. Okay, that's the problem. And all right, Big Eighthful says even even ESPN says that the Raiders set up secret meetings. No, secret, like secret agent stuff, right? Secret meetings. Secret agent man. Secret agent man. Hey, giving you a number and taking away your team. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. In secret, all right? So, what are you supposed to do in those circumstances? All right. Big Eiffel says, I remember Mark Davis at the Paramount Theater. I have that. He says, pounding the table, says he's going to do everything to keep the Raiders in Oakland. Straight up lied. I have video of him saying the same thing to the fans at the NFL Spring League meeting in San Francisco in 2015. Raider 24 is laugh out loud. John Mark says Oakland can get it done, but the officials threw in the towel. No, the officials felt like they're being blindsided and fooled. Primo says, and Ronnie Lott didn't help. Yeah, I love Ronnie, but you know what? Ronnie got his USC guys. He wasn't. It just. Ronnie, man. See, if Ronnie really wanted to have it, he would have tossed a lawsuit out there and it would have hit the NFL upside the head. He knows it, and I know it. Okay. All right. Ronnie Lott's a good man, but I reserve the right to disagree with how he handled this situation. He'll always be a legend, but you know what? Ouch, baby. Black Lion Supreme says the same way Seattle did with the Seahawks, John Marks. It's up to us, the fans, to make it happen. That's true. Silver and Black says the voting is done by the owners who hate the Raiders and hated Al Davis because of the AFL and how the other owners went behind Al's back to do a back deal. They waged war on Al Davis. Yeah, but Mark Davis, to his credit, did a great job of getting rid of that animosity because, look, the ownership group has changed. And there are people led by Jerry Jones who have wanted to see each NFL team game, I believe, an average of $25 million low end in terms of local revenue per year, low end, and the Raiders weren't even there. So, something clearly had to be done. It really did. I contend the Raiders could have tapped into the tech market, but it seems the NFL just has such a hard time striking the best deal it can with tech. That culturally, it's almost like they're not quite with it, you know. That's just me, okay. All right, now, Brooke says, "Have you been on TV?" Brooke, are you talking to me? 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 You're saying, "Have I been on TV before?" Yeah, I had my own TV show. The Blog Report with Zenny 62 from 2009 to 2011. I've been on CNN Live a bunch of times. Not recently. I gotta change that though. Okay, now, folks, it is time to talk about the standings. Also, I want to say this before I shift to talking about the standings, and then talk about the Vegas update and stadium. Actually, good news for Vegas fans. I want to hold a moment of silence for the 58 people who lost their lives a year ago, 1 October. All right, Vegas stronger. Now, where are we? John Marks says we're still in last. Well, actually, John Marks, what I'm about to report to you is going to be a surprise. All right, I'm not gonna turn this around. I'm just gonna read it off to you. All right, this is the conference standings starting with the AFC. Listen up. Who's number one? Kansas City Chiefs, 4-0. Number two, the Cincinnati Bengals at 3-1. And there's a logjam. The Bengals are the best 3-1 team. The Dolphins are the second best 3-1 team. The Titans are the third best 3-1 team. The Baltimore Ravens are the fourth best 3-1 team. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are the fifth best 3-1 team, excuse me. Then we go to 2-1. The New England Patriots are the best 2-2. Then we go to 2-2. The New England Patriots are the best 2-2 team. The Denver Broncos are the second best 2-2 team because of last night. The LA Chargers are the third best 2-2 team. So that's Patriots, Broncos, Chargers. First, second, third best 2-2 teams. Then we go to the 1-2 teams. 1, 2, and 1. There are only two teams that fit that bill. The Cleveland Browns are better ranked here than the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're a better 1, 2, and 1 team. All right. Then we get into the 1, 3 teams. 1 win, 3 losses. The best 1 and 3 team is the Oakland Raiders. You heard it correctly. The best 1 and 3 team is the Oakland Raiders. The second best 1 and 3 team, the Houston Texans. The third best 1 and 3 team are the Indianapolis Colts. The fourth best 1 and 3 team are the Buffalo Bills. And the fifth best 1 and 3 team are the New York Jets. A mixture of the expected in terms of the Jets, because I was never a fan of the Jets trading Teddy Bridgewater and sending him off to New Orleans. I felt that, and I still contend that if they had kept Bridgewater, this record would have been reversed. It would have been 3-1. But that's so very Jetsian of them, isn't it? They start Sam Darnold. He's like, oh, the winner. He's great. He's from USC. He's blonde. He's tall. He's young. He's got spots. He can do it. So he has one Buffalo big game. Everybody goes nuts. They're ready to send him off to the Super Bowl. He's comparing to Joe Namath and Broadway Joe, and then okay. Baker Mayfield came out in his cleanup role and beat Sam Darnold last Thursday. No, Tuesday. They're 2 Thursdays because remember the Browns had 10 days to prepare for the Raiders. All right. Now, what does it look like in terms of the NFC? Good question. National Conference. Los Angeles Rams are 4-0. So basically, right now, the Super Bowl would be between the Chiefs and the Rams. Chicago Bears are among 3-1 teams, the best 3-1 team. There are only two. The New Orleans Saints is the other 3-1 team. Then we quickly go into 2-1s because of the bye. The Redskins are the best 2-1 team. The Carolina Panthers are the second best 2-1 team. The Green Bay Packers are the third best 2-1 team. Then we go into the 2-2 teams. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the best 2-2 team. The Seattle Seahawks are the second best 2-2 team. The Dallas Cowboys are the third best 2-2 team. The Philadelphia Eagles are the fourth best 2-2 team. The Minnesota Vikings, and then we go into the 1-2s. There's a gigantic logjam of 1-2s. All right. We have among the 1-2s, the Vikings, and then the Vikings, because of the bye. The Vikings are the Vikings, are 1-2-1. I stand corrected. They are the only 1-2-1 team in the National Football Conference. All right. Now we get to the 1-3s. The San Francisco 49ers is the best of the 1-3 group. The Atlanta Falcons are the second best. The Detroit Lions are the third best. What a disappointing squad. The New York Giants, another disappointing squad, are the fourth best 1-3 team. And then we get to the 0-4s, of which there is only the Arizona Cardinals. The Oakland Raiders were one call away from joining the Cardinals, basically forming bookends at 0-4, one in the AFC, one in the NFC. Didn't happen. So that's the standings. Now, okay, stadium update review. They started building the tower, the first tower, concrete tower, of what eventually be a set of them that support the roof, that support the EFTE fabric structure. They expect over the next 2 months to start erecting that. I think they're going to complete that probably by next May, thereabouts. I need to re-review that, but they started, okay? Rich Villota gave a great review, as he does in Las Vegas Review Journal. Got to have him back on again, if he'll stand me. He did a fantastic show for us before, and I think, you know what? It'll be great to have him on to talk about Vegas Stronger. You know? All right. So, all right. It is now 1:06, okay? What are you guys talking about? Silver and Black says, I don't want the Raiders to leave Oakland either, but at least they didn't go to Texas. I hate Texas. However, I and other fans have or had a choice. It's either follow or jump ship. He's got a point there. But Silver and Black, here's something I want to ask you about, okay? You say it's either follow or jump ship. But what about the middle ground? You say you want to follow, but suppose you go to Vegas, you can't afford to get a ticket. Are you still going to be a fan? You know? I mean, my point is, what do you say to the Raiders' many statements of their intent to have a brand new fan base, to basically turn their back on the classic Raider fan? Blue collar. They're turning in the blue collar for what they will hope is, I think, a white collar or a tech collar. What do you think about that? All right. Rave Script says to Silver and Black, he says, you're wrong. Everybody has a choice. If the people wanted to band together and not set foot in the Vegas stadium, they would ruin the NFL's money. Actually, they wouldn't. Because the NFL could actually survive without fans going to the game. That large is the TV media money. Okay. That's just saying. All right. Corey Brown, how are you, my man? Corey Brown says, how is the LA Stadium construction way further along than the Vegas one, but they say 2020 completion? Because LA actually started earlier. LA is more complex, but LA did start earlier, before Vegas. The Vegas construction time, I I give no serious consideration to, and a lot of people don't. It's not going to be finished in time to play the full 2020 season. I don't care what protestations they make, it's not happening, okay? It just isn't. Because once they finish the thing, they got a 3-month move-in date, all right? So you're looking at mid-season, and the Coliseum people have already told the Raiders, we are not doing like half a season, okay? So Big April says, what do you say? Like I said, Vegas Stadium will be a Super Bowl stadium only by 2030. I think it might be right about that. I have to nail down what's going on with the whole Bank of America situation and that, stadium financing, because I have not seen any definitive information that tells me that that went through. All right. And I'm wondering if they're waiting on the whole gambling stuff to play out. Something's going on. Something is going on there. All right. Something's going on there that is not meeting the eye. Okay. I want to get to the bottom of that. It is now 1:09, folks. I'm going to start to wind down because I got Mom. I'm here for Mom, and we got to get up in the morning, and then I got my other work to do, clients. Folks, tomorrow night, remember, Oakland, District 4 Council candidate, Naomi Maxon, is my special guest here. Zenny 62 live stream, 8 o'clock. If there's a chime change, I'll let you know. But 8 o'clock, look for it, okay? Be a lot of fun, all right? And John Mark says, hey, Zenny, give us an update on the Cam Robinson. Okay, I will do that tomorrow. I'll do that later. Holy Roller says, would like to know what people are going to do with their luggage during the game. I have to check out before the game in Vegas. Interesting. What do you mean by that? Anyway, hey, good night. Thank you. ML Scott, how you doing? Thank you all. Thank you all. Watch horror films. Keep America strong. Venom this Thursday. And bookmark Oakland News Now. If you're saying, what am I? We were talking about. This is my newest, if you haven't seen it before, Grand and Glorious blog. Please bookmark it because this live stream is going to be there within minutes. And it's also, right, this is it, Oakland News Now. Okay, see it's coming in. That's my newest blog. You see that? Pretty cool, huh? See, look at that. All right. Okay. It's a lot, mostly political information, some sports and pop culture stuff. I'm going to bring in more pop culture stuff. Great series. Got to read this on Maria Eredy Kaplan, developer of Salesforce Transit Center. This is her story. It's an 8-part series, okay? You got to check it out. All right, everybody. I'll see you all later. Remember, Naomi Maxon. I said tomorrow night. Really, it's tonight. It's Tuesday night. 8 o'clock Pacific. 11 o'clock Eastern. All right, see you guys later. Good night. See ya.